I just made a video on TikTok talking about, well, showing how college degrees are basically, not all, but a lot of them are basically useless now, especially like mid-management. If you use AI, there's really no point for like department directors and mid-managers or anything like that. You basically can just get rid of these people and pay the supervisors a little bit more money, and then have like leads who basically are kind of like supervisors. You give them more responsibility, more money, because what we need is less people in the chain of command and more people who are hands-on with like other people, not just sitting in the office all day, because that's what a lot of managers do. Complex directors, department managers, they don't really do anything but sit in the office all day. They don't really interact with people besides people in the office. And like I showed in my video, like you can use AI to to dumb something down, like these people, like they just sit there like emailing all day basically. You could take a complex subject, so you get like a complex message from somebody you don't understand that well, and then just have it dumbed down. Or you can do the reverse with AI. That's what I'm trying to show. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you really don't need a college degree to do these people's jobs. In fact, I think that you need more how to interact with people on a personal level. That's what we need. Social, like how to socialize with people. I think that this is what's going to happen. Is you're going to see these companies wake up and realize they can save a lot of money if they just get rid of these people in the middle. They don't really need them. They sit in the office all day. They really don't do much work. They get paid like an exorbitant amount of money. They almost have like an elitist mentality, which they're not really shit. Moving up in the corporate world, if you want to know how to move up in the corporate world, it's not really that difficult. First off, you have to conform. Just conform. Like me, I'm a rebel, so I don't conform easy. And that's why I don't get looked at for any type of leadership roles, because I don't conform. I don't kiss ass. And that's what you have to do. You have to don't work like if you start out in a company, right, and you're like, man, I want to move up. I want to be a supervisor. I want to move up. If this company, first off, if they actually hire people that are supervisors or managers, they promote people in company instead of what a lot of places do. They decide to outsource, which these people might have, supervisor credentials or manager credentials, but they have no idea how the company runs. So it's better to try to promote within. Well, what you have to do is don't work hard. Do not be that hardest worker out there. Why do I say this? It sounds so counterintuitive, doesn't it? Well, if you're working extra hard for not much extra, well, they're not going to want to, it's going to be hard to replace you in it anyway. So they're not going to really want to promote you. And the top, and also what happens is they might think that you're going to try to go after their job. Since you're showing like how hard of a worker you are, you're probably going to outshine them. This is with Trump. Like it seems like he always wants his vice president to not outshine him. So like perhaps a supervisor is thinking about, making you a lead, or a manager is thinking about making you a a supervisor, well, they're gonna think, well, if I want to become a department manager, I might have to compete with this guy. This guy is a hard worker. So it's not in my benefit to promote this guy. Plus, like, chances are the relationship isn't like the greatest because this guy is out there actually working. So he doesn't have time to be like, he or she doesn't have time to be going to the supervisor and making out like a relationship with them. What you want to be is that person who takes the fall for their fuck ups. You know, you implement the bullshit that they want to try to implement, try to make it work, and if it doesn't work, then you take the fucking fall. It's all about ego. You want to stroke their ego, and that's why I'm just like, fuck that shit. It's not fucking worth it, man. Plus, I'm not that type of person that likes to kiss people's asses anyway. So, yeah, that's how you do it. And the corporate world is highly, like, it's very political, mid-management, any of that. Very stressful, very toxic environment, generally speaking. And I've worked for multiple companies, and I've seen, like, they're very similar with the management style. Some are better than others. It usually depends, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same. But yeah, these people are pretty much worthless, man. Like, they don't do anything. They're kind of like parasites. Because, like, you can literally use AI to replace these people. It's all about how you communicate with the AI. That's all. It's all how and people will be like, oh, you gotta go to college. Yes, you gotta go to college for some things, for sure. I'm not saying you don't. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to memorizing shit, you don't have to memorize anything anymore. And what's happening with AI, it's just getting better and better. So, like, the information is just going to be better and better that it's going to put out. Like, I use Grok because I like to support Elon. So, like, Grok was a lot slower at processing. It is very fast now. Like, I put something in and then it's like typing it out almost instantaneously. And then Grok 3 is supposed to be even better, obviously. So there's probably gonna have video and stuff like that, but yeah, like, you could put math problems, you can put whatever you want in there, basically. Like, you could fact check people. Like, if I really wanted to, I could just use Grok to tweet for me. Now, I'm not saying like it's literally gonna tweet. I can just put this in there, make it sound sophisticated. It'll put the correct grammar, correct spelling, and then it'll put it out there. It's not gonna be my genuine human's answer or whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure I haven't done this yet, but I might flirt around with it where I'll copy and paste somebody's tweet and just be like, make a rebuttal to this. So I don't even have to argue. I don't even have to, like, sit here and argue with anybody. And then I could just probably be like, hey, show me some links where I can copy and paste to fact check this. Like, I don't need to remember anything, man. That's what we're getting when it comes to this information. It's like I can remember, like, bits and pieces. I don't have to remember, like, in-depth things anymore. Is that bad? I don't know. I guess it gives, like, regular people even playing field with people who are better at memorizing. That's what I think. Like, you know, I can communicate with anybody in the world now. I can't speak all these languages, and I don't understand when somebody speaks it to me. Well, I just go and, like, type something in a Grok, show it to them, and be like, oh, okay. And then they could understand it. Or a message, like, send a message, and I just, whatever they send me, convert it into English, boom. It's like, there's AI out here, and Pat Bet-David already showed this, where he just makes videos, and it'll be like him talking in every single language. The AI is becoming a lot more sophisticated than a lot of people think. Soon it's going to be smarter than us, and honestly, like, since it has information to everything, I pretty much think it already is almost. Just not quite, but it's getting there.